So now, ladies and gentlemen, live and in colour, it's Mr. Wayne Lovejuice.
The other day our producer Louis had a chat with an interesting chappie who said that the YouTube algorithms really aren't that happy. If a channel only broadcasts once a week, so we decided we could Xtra whenever we've got a piece of news in our new book on the track Xtra. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is John Downs. I'm the director of the Centre for Fortune Zoology, and welcome to another episode of On the Track Xtra. This time, as regular viewers will probably notice, I have two new things. I have a new camera and I have a new auto cue, because this next story that I'm going to tell you all about was sent to me by my old friend Bob Skinner in the middle of the night the other night, and I decided to write it all down and see if I could read it off a script. Let's see if this works. I was also very tempted to do some clickbait and call this video something like "Migrant Causes Consternation in the South of England," but I didn't, partly because I think it's beneath me, and partly because it wasn't actually very funny. One of the things I like most about this story is that it takes place on the River Thames, in the sort of landscape that Ernest Shepard drew upon when he was doing the illustrations for Kenneth Graham's Wind and the Willows. Well, we already know that water rats and moles and otters and badgers and the occasional toad live there, and there's wild woods up over the hill where there are weasels and stoats and all sorts of other frightening creatures. And if you're very lucky, you will hear the sound of the piper at the gates of dawn, who influenced so many people, up to and including Sid Barrett and me. So, let's get on with it. This is about seals. Seals have been spotted in Surrey once again, with sightings logged on the Zoological Society of London's interactive map. Unbeknownst to most, many of the marine mammals call the Thames estuary home, where the river meets the North Sea in Essex and Kent. While you'd expect to see these beautiful creatures on beaches and in the sea, many have been journeying up the River Thames and enjoying the Surrey scenery. All eyes are on the river, with many eagerly awaiting a glimpse of a seal in Surrey. However, one unique sighting took a woman from Shepperton by surprise on Wednesday, February the 5th, after spotting a flock of gulls above the back garden which overlooks the river. Rosie told Surrey Live, "I was with my neighbour, who'd never seen a seal before. We were looking out of her window and saw a mass of seagulls flocking. We looked at the river, and it looked like there was a tyre floating." The seal had a great big yellow fish in his mouth, probably about a foot long. Rosie continued, "I couldn't believe it. The seal was wrestling with a very large fish. We watched for a good 5 minutes, and the seal was swimming downstream. This unusual occurrence heightens the adaptability of seals and raises questions about the factors that may have led it to venture so far inland. Experts suggest that the seal could have been following food sources such as fish, or exploring new territories due to changes in its natural environment. The sighting has drawn attention to the health of the Thames, which has seen significant improvements in water quality in recent decades, allowing wildlife to thrive. The appearance of the seal has also prompted discussions about the importance of protecting urban waterways and their ecosystems. Local authorities and wildlife organisations have urged the public to maintain a respectful distance from the animal to avoid causing it stress or disrupting its natural behaviour. Signs have been posted along the river banks to inform residents and visitors about the seal's presence and to provide guidelines on how to observe it responsibly. This incident serves as a reminder of the delicate balance between human activity and wildlife, emphasising the need for continued conservation efforts. The seal's visit to Surrey has become a symbol of hope and a testament to the resilience of nature. It's brought communities together, with many people sharing photos and stories of their encounters with the unexpected visitor. Wildlife experts are monitoring the seal's movements to ensure its safety and well-being, while also using this opportunity to educate the public about marine life and the importance of preserving natural habitats. This rare sighting has not only delighted residents, but has also underscored the potential for urban areas to coexist with wildlife, offering a glimpse of the wonders that can emerge when ecosystems are nurtured and protected. Seals venturing into inland waters in Britain and Western Europe is a phenomenon that's been increasingly observed in recent years, typically associated with coastal habitat. Both grey seals, that's Halicocheirus grypus, and harbour seals, Phoca vitulina, have been spotted in rivers, estuaries and even freshwater lakes far from the sea. This behaviour is often linked to their search for food, as seals are opportunistic feeders and may follow fish migrations upstream. In Britain, sightings of seals in rivers such as the Thames, the Severn and the Tweed have become more frequent, with some individuals travelling dozens of miles inland. These journeys are not without risk, as seals can become disoriented or face challenges such as navigating man-made structures like locks and weirs. In Western Europe, similar trends have been noted, particularly in countries like the Netherlands, Germany and France. For example, seals have been observed in the Rhine and the Elbe rivers, sometimes reaching areas far from their usual coastal environments. While these inland excursions are often temporary, they highlight the adaptability of seals to different habitats. However, they also raise concerns about human-wildlife interaction, as seals in urban or industrial areas may face threats from pollution, boat traffic or entanglement in fishing gear. Conservationists and wildlife organisations often monitor these situations closely, sometimes intervening to rescue seals that appear stranded or distressed. Overall, the presence of seals in inland waters underscores the importance of maintaining healthy aquatic ecosystems and ensuring safe passage for wildlife in increasingly human-altered landscapes. Seals venturing into inland waterways can sometimes spark tales of mysterious water monsters, especially in regions where such sightings are rare. These marine mammals, typically associated with coastal environments, can appear quite out of place in rivers, lakes or canals. By the way, if you hear a funny noise now, it's because I've just been joined by Captain Phenobulax the Magnificent, otherwise known as Peanut the Orange Cat. These can lead to confusion and speculation amongst locals. When a seal surfaces in an unfamiliar setting, its sleek, dark body and occasional splashings can easily be misinterpreted by those who are unaccustomed to seeing them outside their natural habitat. The elongated shape of a seal's body, swiftly and unpredictably through the water, can contribute to the illusion of a larger, more enigmatic creature. In low light or murky water conditions, the seal's head or flippers might only be partially visible, further fueling the imagination and leading to reports of strange, serpentine or monstrous beings. Historical accounts and modern anecdotes alike have documented instances where seals were mistaken for mythical creatures. For example, in the UK, seals have been spotted in inland waterways, sometimes surprising residents who were unaware that seals could travel so far from the sea. The phenomenon is not limited to the UK. Similar sightings have occurred in other parts of the world where seals have wandered into freshwater systems. The lack of familiarity with these animals in such contexts, combined with the human tendency to interpret the unknown through the lens of folklore, often results in the creation of local legends. These stories, while fascinating, highlight the importance of understanding wildlife behavior and the ways in which our perceptions can shape the narratives that we construct about the natural world. There are two implications to this for people like us. One is that, as I've just recounted, there is every possibility that these seals will be misinterpreted by people as water monsters. But the other piece of interesting implication is that this might be the beginning of something new. If seals decide to colonize inland waterways on a permanent basis, this might be the beginning of speciation, and our descendants, long after you, me, and everybody else watching this are dead and gone, will be talking about a new species of mammal in Britain, the freshwater seal. Well, that's about it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Me and Captain Phenobulax both hope you'll come back and watch us again on Saturday. What are we doing on Saturday? Well, I can't remember. I think it's the second part of my long chat that I had recently with the legendary Adrian Shine about sea serpents. And I'll be back next Wednesday. What am I talking about on Wednesday? I've got absolutely no idea at all. But assuming that you guys are going to be there watching on Saturday, I will be there doing all the stuff I normally do, the normal gubbins, the notifications and the live chat and everything. And if you're there watching, I will most definitely be seeing you.